SC could be brought down in 2-3 Banelings.
Yeah, absolutely. Banelings would be the absolute counter to this, but so would be a Zergling Surround, and he does get a pretty good surface area, but the Marine Micro is actually pretty decent right now. Cold SC trying his best not to lose Marines, and he did lose more Zerglings than necessary right there. Fams crushed through that army, and I don't think he's going to be able to get up this ramp, so maybe Cold SC knows something we don't. Maybe that extra space because of those barracks allows for more efficient building time or something. I don't know. Building it closer to the base means that your SCV gets there faster and gets home faster, so maybe you get a little bit more mining out of it.
I just think he doesn't like walling in because he just want to continually have to lower and rise his supply depot and not have to worry about that as his main defense.
Oh, I love lowering and rising my supply depot. I always imagine I can like step on it and then just get popped up and blasted into the air.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
I know, rocket launcher.
Imagine if you could actually do that. You could just put a supply depot outside your enemy's base, run a bunch of Marines up there, pop the supply depot up, all your Marines fly up onto the high ground.
And then just like shooting and flying in the mid-air, and it becomes like an action movie slow-mo cutscene. It's the Marine like slowly falling, shooting guns ablazing. It'd be great.
Yeah, because Terran need to be even more OP than they are right now.
Terran is not OP. Terran is just BP. BP Oil sponsoring Terran since 1984. Worst joke ever. Anyway,
Hey,
Stim.
The best kill-death ratio ever.
It's true. They do. The siege mode is on the way, and first siege tank is also on the way. Stim on the way as well. Very cool. He is gearing up for some sort of timing push. No command center anywhere in sight. He's not even trying to save up minerals for it. So I'm expecting a really large one base timing push here. And right now, Fams doesn't have the defense necessary to cope with this huge push. He does have a Baneling's nest on the way. If he can get Baneling's speed, maybe more 6 to 8 Banelings, and get a good hit on the Marines, I think there is a possibility that he could hold this.
Yeah, he's definitely warping up to get the right defenses that he needs, but he needs a few more spine crawlers and a few more Zerglings, and then he'll be pretty set.
He's taking out those third rocks. Maybe he's trying to expand early, which is probably the worst thing he can do against a one-base push. But there are only going to be 2 siege tanks, and 2 siege tanks aren't quite as scary as 3 siege tanks, Shinobi.
That is very true. As they... I just had a brain fart.
Well, they did siege up in the main, which is pretty much a sign that he's not going to be pushing out quite yet. He's going to be waiting for those 3 siege tanks. 3 is the magic number, I think, when it comes to siege tanks. You know why?
Yeah.
Because 2 are a crowd. You don't want to, like, if you just split up 2 siege tanks, nothing's defending the 2 siege tanks. They can't defend each other. That's just not cool. The 3rd siege tank you put behind, it defends the first 2. There you go.
Hey, and you're absolutely correct. Look at that. Grabbing his 3rd tank and pushing out as Stim gets finished as well.
Very true. And Burrow on the way for our Zerg player. I would love to see some burrowed Baneling landmines right here. It's still so great on this map. It's easy to predict the paths that the Terran player could take because there are only 3 or 4 paths.
I think he's going to do that. He's going to Baneling down. He needs to get these other ones up. But
Oh,
this is
wow.
gonna be really close.
Oh, that's
This is a
so
big
beautiful.
push.
But no, he's coming down the other side. Will he turn? He scans. He does see, I think, the Baneling landmines from the side. I'm not completely sure, though. Wait, I'll even push V. No, he does not see the Baneling landmines, but he is attacking from the other side, and the Banelings are probably going to be forced to unburrow. And oh, all of those Banelings going down. The Marines getting great surface area, and wow, this one base push by Cold SC is going to do so much damage. 1 Baneling left in the entire world. There are no Banelings left. And
There's still 1 Baneling left.
he can just slow push in now. There just is not enough army right now to deal with those Marines and siege tanks.
And Cold SC is building a command center to try and expand off of this.
That giraffe did poke the Marines there for a second. Spine crawlers not very good against siege tanks. And oh, pulling the drones off the line. Oh, it's just such a sad... Oh, Baneling! Killing half of those Marines! Oh, great play by fans in this dire moment. But I don't know if it's going to be enough.
I did not even see the Baneling in there. When I saw all those Marines fry, it was just a beautiful sight.
Siege tanks wailing upon that lair. I'm glad he made the lair at the natural. I think more players should do this. The lair is much more robust. It gives you time to build those Banelings that you need, and he did build those Banelings, but he doesn't seem to be going to save the lair. Is the lair going to go down? Oh, it does go down. The lair of the Zerg player taken down in cold blood. Though there was an infestation pit being made beforehand, and he is researching pathogen glands. I don't think it's going to help him this game that much, but who knows? Maybe that could be the deciding factor of this game.
I don't know, man. Those infestors can really help against the Marine army. The Marines won't be able to pull back. Oh my god.
Baneling landmines coming.
Oh! No,
Oh!
we wasted them.
He detonated manually all of the... I think it was manually, maybe it was automatic. All of those Banelings only killed maybe a Marine. I don't even think a Marine. And now these Marines can just walk up into his base and finish him off.
Oh no. Fam's making a huge mistake there, blowing up all those Marines. I mean, all those Banelings without killing anything.
And GG by Fams. Those Baneling manmines had the potential to win him, bring him back in that game, but it was to no avail. And it's pretty interesting. It looks like we're going to be going to a game number 3 between Fams and Cold SC.
It's amazing how, much a single mistake can cost you the game.
Yeah, it's really a game of decision making. Those decisions you make, well, they can blow up all your Banelings on nothing, or they can kill the entire Terran force. Your choice.
Right. I do love fruit bombs, though.
Oh, baby. I remember when Fruit Dealer did that, I was just, like, freaking out. Recently, Nestea has been actually destroying every Terran player I see with them.
It's so hard to deal with, especially if you send down a bunch of overlords that don't have any in them in as well. You have much less chance of losing any of your Banelings, and if you just drop all his bases at the same exact time, there's basically nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of the Baneling landmines and the Baneling drops. Bane rain, so to speak. Best rain there is.
My favorite thing to do is set up Banelings around in random spots in their base, and then do a Baneling drop. Like, if they're not paying attention, you can just drop a few in, roll them in, and then bury them. And then go in for your Baneling drop. If they see your overlords coming in, they're going to pull their SCVs, and then you can just blow up all your random landmines on them.
I like getting 4 Banelings and burrowing them in their natural thing, and then once they start transferring all their workers, I wait a couple seconds, let them get a few minerals, and then blow up every single one of his SCVs the second I attack.
Beautiful.
And then he'll be like trying to reinforce, pushing the A button, and he's like, "Why won't my Marines make?" And I'm like, "Nope." Stole your ladder points.
Aren't you a Protoss player?
Yeah, but I played random for all of Season 1.
Okay.
So I got to experience all the fun of Baneling landmines.
Yes, Banelings being one of the funnest units in the game.
Oh my god, it's so cool. And
did
you know if you right-click detonate, they will actually automatically detonate when units pass over them?
Really?
Yeah, it works the same way. Like if you right-click the interceptor button, the carriers will continue to build interceptors.
See, the only problem about that is it's when the first unit goes over them, so you don't get them full.
Yeah, it's not completely the most efficient thing in the entire world, but it's pretty awesome if you have a lot burrowed all over the map.
Very true. They'll just be running down and getting blown up all over the place.
What's really like just BM is to build 2 Banelings and put him at the 3rd burrowed with the auto landmine on. So when he comes to make his 3rd there, the SCV gets blown up, and he's like, "What happened to my SCV?"
Oh man, that is so mean.
Oh, it's so mean.
I honestly didn't know about that. I feel a little bit worse about myself as a Zerg player now.
Oh, there's a lot of cool things. You can. StarCraft has unlimited amounts of minute details that makes it complex and awesome, and that is why I love StarCraft 2 so much. I really hope you guys aren't seeing 2 streams still, because I'm looking at it and it just looks like 1 stream.
Right, I'm even gonna refresh it just to check.
Yeah, I already did. I don't know what they mean. 2 streams. But we do have 5 viewers right now.
Yes, and hello and welcome to game number 3 of the CG StarCraft 2 tournament. In our bottom left, we have Fams, the pink Zerg, and up in our top right position, we have Cold SC, the blue Terran. Our map today is, I forget the name of it.
MLG Shakuris Plateau. A great map. It was introduced, I think, 2 patches ago. I always loved it. I always thought it was a very interesting map. It had a cool dynamic to it. It had a cool tile set to it. It looked so futuristic, and I'm a big. I think it looks like a ship. I always thought it did.
It kind of does look like a ship, just like multiple like ship landings.
But it's just a plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this is like a helicopter pad for Jim Raynor.
That could be possible.
Yeah, I bet it is. And look at this. Oh no, Cold SC walling off. We've never seen him do that before, Shinobi.
He might be going for a... He's finally decided to wall off, but he didn't wall off his natural like most Terran do on this map. You just go down, you drop your wall in right there, and then you have your natural already secured for you.
Well, there are reasons to wall off your main as well. You probably it's even prudent to wall off both as time goes on, because those Zergling run-bys are so efficient in dealing with attacks. As a Protoss player, it's very difficult for me to move out on the map on Shakir's, because I'll start bringing my Sentry, Zealot, Stalker force through the middle of the map, and then Zerglings are so much more mobile with speed, and they just run around my army and straight into my natural. And even if I get that walled off, they eventually start moving into my main, and it's very difficult to even move out of your base if a Zerg is very aggressive with those run-bys.
Yeah, you really need to put all your like structures that can't be teleported out of your main base down in your natural, and all your gateways up in your main base. That way you can just teleport around.
Absolutely. And we do see Fam stealing the gas of the Terran player. Very cool. Checking Cloaked Banshees off the list of possibilities that Cold SC can do. And he himself is finishing up a spawning pool, going to take that natural expansion right now. And this is turning out to be a pretty standard game as we speak. One gas Terran. The only thing I would say that's a little strange is his orbital is about 1 supply late, but no big deal.
I'm very curious as to Fam's decision to take that early expansion at 15 when he put down his spawning pool and his gas.
Yeah, I'm a bit wary of that decision as well, but
You usually want to wait until about 18-22 when you throw down your spawning pool and your gas so early. By putting it down at 15 after your spawning pool and gas, you're cutting drone count, and that's just never good as a Zerg player.
no, you really want those drones because they have good stories, and if you're camping, you just want some good campfire stories.
Very true. We got a bunch of Zerglings running up towards Cold SC's base right now.
Yeah, it's very true, and he does have somewhat of a wall. He just needs to build that supply depot. He does do that, and I think these 2 Marines could probably hold this push. And he does move back. It's not really a push so much as map control. I'd love if he just dropped one of those Zerglings off at the Zelnaga Tower. Very
I think
important.
all he was trying to do was pick off that scouting SCV.
Yeah, it does seem that way. He did decide that he does want to go and knock on Cold SC's door. Fam's moving up the ramp. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with this. He's probably just going to poke, see the unit composition. And lowering the supply depot, the Zerglings get in the base. That was probably the worst lower ever. And Fam's going to see everything inside the Terran's base right now. He saw the factory, sees the racks going up. He's trying to get out now, but those Zerglings probably are not going to be able to do that. He should really stall those Zerglings out until speed finishes, and maybe he can pick off an SCV. But a pretty good micro by Cold SC, not going to even lose a Marine, taking out those 4 Zerglings very efficiently.
I think he just wanted to see what was actually being built up on the factory, and he saw the tech labs, and now he knows either siege tanks or blue flame Hellions. And it's most likely going to be siege tanks because he doesn't have a reactor anywhere, so he can't grab the early Hellions and then start building the blue flame.
And he does build a command center, and I'm really digging Cold SC's play this game. I mean, he's been prone to those 1 base full-out timing pushes, and on this map, it's a lot better to get your natural first. 2 base timing pushes, just gonna tell you that they're a lot better than 1 base timing pushes. Ask Marine King Prime.
You just have such a stronger unit composition and so much more tech with the 2 base timing over a 1 base. With 1 base, you're kind of hoping that you stop in there, or otherwise you're basically throwing away the game.
Very true, and siege mode is almost done for Cold SC. Once the siege mode is completed, he's probably going to set up some sort of perimeter around his natural expansion, maybe a bunker or 2. I do love a good Terran defense. It's very cool to see bunkers and siege tanks placed smartly, thinking ahead for banelings, and it's a beautiful thing.
I love it because that mostly means I can use drop play, and I never get to use drop play.
Always the Zerg supporter, Shinobi. And
Ah.
Fam's not transferring any workers to his natural. Pretty strange move, I think. He